when you try your best.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for coming back. Today I'm going to talk about the feelings of having a stroke, because unless you've actually had a stroke, you can't quite comprehend of what it actually feels like. The pain, the discomfort, everything that goes with having a stroke. So when I had my stroke, was it painful? No, it wasn't painful at all. I was in a telephone call having an argument, and it was a shouting match between me and one of my relatives. The first thing that I knew about it was when this left arm actually went numb. And at first, I thought it was just where I was leaning on it, and I really didn't think anything of it. I got up to go to the toilet, and my left leg just collapsed underneath me, and I fell to the floor. That's when I knew that something serious was happening. But there was no pain at that time, none whatsoever. So the next day, I woke up in the hospital, and my left arm was almost paralysed, that I couldn't actually use it. It was painful to try and lift it. I could not really do anything at all with it. So the doctors come in, and they was telling me what I've got to do to basically try and get moving again with it, get it moving, circulation and whatever. So over the next couple of days, I managed to go from where my arm was like this to basically that I could move it about within reason, but it was painful then in the muscle and the arms. So it's took 9 months, I would say, of hard work to get it from being like that, paralysed, to what I can do now. Touch my nose, touch my ear, touch the back of my head, and basically move it within reason. One of the exercises that I had in the rehab unit was to move stuff from one hand to another, and that was really difficult for me. So now I'm going to show you. I'll get my phone case. I can pick it up. It's still not perfect, but basically I can move it backwards and forwards as much as I possibly can, which is more than I could do in the rehab unit. So you can see how far I've gone with my left arm. It's not perfect, but it's basically getting there at the end of the day. So my left leg, my right leg is fine, there's no problem with that. My left leg has been the one that's caused me so much problems. It's painful in my knee, just in my kneecap. The rest of the leg feels like my arm. It's pins and needles, it's numb, but compared to when I first had the stroke, it's 100% better, 100% better, but it's still not right. And from what I've been reading on YouTube and on Google, it might not never be 100% back to where it was, but that doesn't mean to say that I can't try and push things to try and get back where I was before. My walking has come a lot, but one thing that they didn't tell me when I was in hospital or the rehab is that if you have a stroke, you've got to try and push it within the first 6 months. That's where. So no one told me that you're going to make most of your gains within the 6 months. So since I've read that, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and I've read up a lot on it. And it seems that basically some people experienced it that have still made gains 2 or 3 years later. I watched some videos where people have had a stroke 6, 7 years ago and they're still struggling to walk. It depends on what stroke you've had, whether it's a minor stroke, whether it's a major stroke. So everything and everybody is different. My mindset is that before I had the stroke, I was strong. I had strong legs, climbing ladders every day. My legs were so muscular. Yeah, I had strong arms. My arms were muscular for lifting heavy weights, lifting buckets of cement up ladders. So I was pretty strong for my age before I had the stroke. So the doctors in the hospital said, you've got really strong legs, you've got strong arms. Yeah, the guys in the rehab said the same, yeah, the physios. So that's put me in quite a strong position to do what I'm going to do over the next 12 months. So let's see how it all goes. So thanks for watching. So one other thing with the stroke was that the left side of my face down here was very numb when I had the stroke. Yeah. It's still not right now. Yeah, it's still not right. It feels numb sometimes. I seem to have lost my taste buds on, it's strange, on one side of my mouth. And although my speech is okay, you may hear me lisping sometimes. I think that's where my tooth's missing, but my speech seems to be okay. Yeah, it wasn't really affected. Now I know that a lot of people that have a stroke, a lot of people lose their actual voice. They can't actually talk or communicate. I was lucky that I could still talk and tell people how I was feeling and stuff like that. So there's lots of aspects of a stroke that you can have, and some people get away with things, some people don't, unfortunately. Yeah. So I was lucky in the sense that my stroke, although serious, yeah, I did come out of it pretty strong, yeah. But I really think that that was basically, I'm not going to give a fuck, right? I'm going to get through this. I think that that's the attitude that I had when I was in the hospital and also when I was in the rehab unit, yeah. I was so depressed in there, so depressed. But at the same time, I thought, F this, I'm not giving in to this, I'm not going to accept it. And this is where I am today, yeah. I'm going to start the protocol tomorrow on the January the 5th, and it's going to be hard, it's going to be aggressive, but I think that that's the only way I'm going to get through it. So it's catch-22. Aggression in a phone call give me a stroke, but it seems that I can't push on and get things done like walking without being a bit aggressive. You know, some days I get up and I'm walking and it's like, oh. And then I go, F this. And then an adrenaline shot comes and then I get things done. So where do you go with it? It's catch-22, yeah. I've just got to keep an eye on my blood pressure and make sure that I keep within the confines of what AI is telling me, yeah. And hopefully it's all going to work out at the end of the day. I'm going to get this done and get back to where I want to be. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you. So I remember one day when I was in the rehab unit, and I really couldn't walk. I really couldn't walk. And one of the therapists there, Mita, she was my main therapist that was dealing with me, yeah. And I said to her, maybe if I put shoes on, I'll be able to walk a bit better. So she said, okay, let's try it. And I put some slip-on shoes, which was, okay, it made it a little bit easier than walking barefoot, yeah. And then I said to her, you know what, I think that if I was to wear boots, I would be able to walk even better. And Mita said, you know, Mike, I don't think so. She said, I think they're going to be too hard. So that's how it was left. However, since I got a home, the first thing I'd done was bought a pair of boots, my old type boots, which is builder's boots, steel toe cap, and it's got a steel plate through the sole to stop you if you're treading on nails, it's not going to go through. And that has made such a big difference in the way that I walk. It's give me strength to actually walk. So whenever I get up now, I put my boots on, even in the house, yeah, because it makes it so much easier. I find if I'm walking barefoot, it's a little bit wobbly. If I put my boots on, yeah, it's much stronger in my stride and the way that I'm actually walking. So maybe this is another point, guys. You know, maybe you want to try that if you're in a situation similar to me. Let me know. Let me know in your comments, you know, what you found out about walking and what sort of shoes you wear and stuff like that. So we can help other people that maybe have just had a stroke to come to terms with it and know at the end of the day, we can get through this. We can get through this. So thank you. So I've just been working out since I've had my stroke, which is about 9 months ago. Here in the UK, there's probably 75,000 people have had a stroke. That's without the rest of the people around the world. That's just in the UK. So I'm hoping that somehow this channel will reach some of them people and hopefully help them to guide them on the way that what I've learned and what maybe some of the viewers have learned, that we can help one another to get through probably one of the darkest times of their life. Yeah. So thank you. So some of my relatives say to me, you've got to start taking things easy, yeah, and slow down. Unfortunately, I've found that although they're probably right, I really can't do that. I can't do that. I can't just sit around thinking, oh, you know, I'll do this and I'll do that. You know, I want to get things done. I want to get things done. My mindset is that unless you push and you're a bit aggressive, F all gets done in life. F all. Yeah? And this situation that I'm in at the moment, some days I get up and I'm like, oh, I can't be arsed. And then it kicks in. Fuck it. Get it done. Get things done. Yeah? Push it. Don't give in. And that's why I know that the AI protocol that I'm going to do is the right way for me. It's the right way. In my mind, it could turn out to be the wrong way. But I'm determined to do it. I'm going to push, yeah, and get it done. And hopefully in 12 months' time, I'm going to be jacked again, or my muscles going to be back. I'm going to be walking much stronger than I am at the moment. Because I think in my mind that that's the way I've got to do it. It's not going to happen pussyfooting about. It ain't going to happen pussyfooting about or pissballing about. You know, like I said in one of the other videos, one of the hardest things for me to do is to actually give up sugar. I live on sugar. I don't drink or smoke, so maybe that balances it up. But I know from tomorrow, I've actually got to give up sugar completely. So is that going to drain my strength? I don't know. Yeah, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. It's the same as I'm a vegan. I haven't eaten meat for 15 years. Fish, it's got to be 50 years. I hate fish. But I've got to do these things because that's what this AI protocol is all about. It's telling me, do this, and this is what you're going to look like, yeah, in 12 months' time. So go back to video 1, yeah. Will it happen? I'd fucking love it to happen, yeah, and to be looking great again, yeah, and strong, yeah. But it's only up to me to get it done. No one else is going to help me. Don't get me wrong. I've got lots of people around me that really do help me. Yeah, I've got the backing of my family. But when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, in life, nothing gets done unless you yourself pushes it. And that's where I am today. I'm going to push this and get it done. So, thanks for watching. I'm going to draw this video to a close now. Please watch the rest of the video. Another story just to brighten the day up a bit, yeah, and to take the doom and gloom off of stroke. Because there's only so much I can talk about a stroke. I watch videos and they're the same old stuff. People walking or trying to walk. You know, there's no practical solution, yeah, of how do we get past this. And that's what I want to try and make with this channel, is get a community going. And I'd like to hear from people all over the world saying, this is what I done. This is how I got this done. Or my dad done this, or my wife done that. That's what I want to get, is a good community going so that we can help one another. So I'm rambling on a bit, sorry. But basically, that's where I want to go with this. Let's get it done. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you. So we hear of all this people wanting to get younger, and they say, oh, I've took 20 years back off, you know, my age and everything else. Well, I'm going to try it. You know, they're all doing it in their 40s and 50s. Yeah. Let's see if it works in your 70s. Yeah. After a stroke. So that's what this channel's all about. It's going to be push, 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 push. Can I go back 20 years to where I was at 57? Yeah. Let's see. I hope so. I'm going to push it.
When you feel so tired,
Thank you.
but you can't sleep, stuck in reverse, and the tears come streaming down your face. When you lose something you can't replace, when you love someone